So as Chip said, I do like to collect cars, British cars, and I'm going to talk to you about four of them, these four. And they are arranged, I would say, maybe not from the tamest to the wildest, but perhaps from the most elegant to the wildest. So we'll walk through them. And I hope what you're going to see is that they each have a different personality. So we'll start with this one, an Aston Martin. If you had to pick one word to describe this car, the word I would pick is luxurious. This is a vehicle that has been very deliberately designed to cater to four of the five senses. Not taste, but I've never tried licking it, right? But sight, sound, smell, and touch. And what people will tell you about these vehicles is that they are achingly beautiful. I leave that to you. You decide for yourself. Sound. The engine has been deliberately tuned so that it will, above about 4,000 revs, it will make a noise that many people love. You get inside the thing and you have this overwhelming sensation of luxury. You see there, for example, these dials cut from a single piece of aluminium, and you'd be surrounded by the smell and touch of deeply luxurious things. Now, the one thing that you can never get away from if you have an Aston Martin is this. You're always with this gentleman. And I will say that the other thing about the Aston is that it comes with a built-in umbrella, right? So it has a sense of humor about it. Now moving to this car, this doesn't have so much of a sense of humor. This is one of the highest tech cars. You may never have heard of McLaren, but McLaren and Ferrari are like the Yankees and the Red Sox of motorsports. And what McLaren is known for is fearless attention to detail and cars that are relentlessly engineered. You see, this is what my wife calls it, the Batmobile. Those doors will get attention pretty much anywhere. Those are called dihedral doors, and they open whoomph like that upwards. And one other thing I should say, this car is full of technology. It is made in an underground factory outside of London, designed by Norman Foster, that is most frequently likened to a Bond villain lair. And you see there an exploded view of the chassis of the car. The big bit in the middle I'll talk about momentarily, that's a carbon fiber tub. But much of the technology that goes into this comes from Formula One. There's the tub. That is a single piece of carbon fiber, and everything in the car is hung off of that. Those things are so strong that when they crash test these cars and drive this into a wall at 50 miles an hour, take it out and reuse it, that technology is the reason why no one has died in Formula One in 20 years. And another piece of technology, another thing that's astounding about this vehicle is how it can brake, right? It includes, you see there at the back, that air brake, a flap that comes up if you're going fast and you hit the brake hard, that pops up, and this car will decelerate like nothing else. It's pretty amazing. Now, something totally different. This car is the other end of the spectrum. This, I wouldn't say it's exactly homemade, but it is certainly artisanal. This is a car that, it's called a Noble. It was designed by a gentleman called Lee Noble, who is something of a cult figure in the sports car world. And it's kind of a car that you could put together out of stuff that you could make in your own garage. You see the interior there. It is far from the lap of luxury. It is constructed with pieces that come from the parts bins of other suppliers. And the whole car is like that. It has the virtue that it is eminently configurable or manipulable. You see the engine there. You see how you can get into that. You can see it's a simple metal frame with a basic engine hung inside it and then ramped up to get a whole ton of power out of it. Now, no talk about cars is complete without some car noise. So let's have some of that. Let's see. For those who care, that's producing about 560 horsepower out of a 3-liter engine. Now, the last one, this is kind of the wildest. This is a race car. This is a car that the others are or could be street legal. This never, never, never can, right? And this is like a baby version of the cars that you would find at Le Mans. It rides on slick tires. It has everything about this is designed to be for a racing vehicle. And you see there the cockpit. You basically lie down in this thing. You do see also that the steering wheel is on the proper side, right? So I'm just saying, right? You know, while we're talking about the steering wheel, let's take a look at that, right? Everything, the entire dashboard is on the steering wheel. This is what a steering wheel in a racing car looks like. By the way, you see those brass things that look like ears behind the wheel? That's how you change gear. Pull on one of them to change up, the other one to change down. And that display running across the top, that's what would tell you basically how fast you're going, how fast the engine is spinning. And this is what is called a downforce car. You see how close it is to the ground, and you see how it's sculpted? The faster you drive this car, the harder the aerodynamics work to push it down on the ground. So at 150 miles an hour, there's about a half a ton of downforce holding this thing down. And what that means is it will ride like it's on rails. You would not be, believe it. Now, I included this because everyone always asks. So you look at that, right? I've never driven any of these at those top speeds, right? I've gone pretty fast, but note that the speeds aren't that different, but look at the acceleration times. Those are radically different, right? Let's finish up. So I said I always want another one. I do always want another one. What's next? Well, something, I have my eye on that, but maybe it should be not the E-Type, but something a little more exuberant, like maybe a mini rally car that you could catch some air with. So I'm kind of weighing that. My wife Kim will have views on this, no doubt, but she has been very gracious up to now, right? So that's it, and thank you very much.